What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so here in this NBA offseason, of course, we have some things going on. We still have some players who have not yet found new destinations as far as teams. But the main story, of course, is what's going on with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, it looked like it was going to be pretty uneventful, aside from the fact that you wondered after LeBron opted in and took the $52.6 million, you wondered just who the Lakers may be able to sign. It looked like it was going to be maybe Brook Lopez was the primary target because the Lakers desperately needed a big man. Brook Lopez ultimately went to the Clippers, but they were able to sign DeAndre Ayton, who, although he is a serviceable big man and his game is tailor-made for a guy like Luka, the problem is, for all of his talents, DeAndre Ayton is not the type of guy who has the motor and the motivation to be a hound dog in this type of league. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that is going to clock in, do what he has to do, clock out, and go live his life. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the talk now is of the growing apparent rift between the LeBron and the Lakers. And I got to be honest with you, man, I've been very skeptical about this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I've been of the opinion that I don't think LeBron's going to be traded. Now I'm starting to wonder a little bit more about this, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But another NBA insider said that he thinks what the most likely outcome is that LeBron's going to ask for a trade during the season, in particular a mid-season trade. And that kind of is what I'm looking more toward myself, you know what I'm saying, if he's ever going to be moved. So Chris Mannix, I believe his name is, Chris Mannix was recently on the Rich Eisen show. And Chris Mannix said, quote, well, my first reaction was that it struck me that LeBron wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to collect the $53 million, which he's entitled to, which, by the way, he's worth 3 times that to the NBA and Lakers organization. And he wants the Lakers to do right by him if he decides he wants to play somewhere else. Look, LeBron could have opted out and made $15 million per year anywhere. Could have made more in some situations. Like a lot of teams don't have the financial flexibility of like a Brooklyn or Detroit at one point. Some teams might have only been able to offer that kind of high exception that's available. So he could have done that. But he wants to get paid and he wants to collect the full amount of his contract. So I read that as him saying to his team saying, all right, yeah, we're going to opt in. We're a Laker right now, but in the weeks and months ahead, if this team doesn't look like it's going to compete for a championship, we are certainly hoping that Jenny Buss and Rob Pelinka are collaborative with us and try to find a destination that LeBron will want to be at. So, as he said earlier, LeBron wants to have his cake and eat it too, all right? This is why I'm starting to think that there might be something to this, right? LeBron James could have easily, by now, because this isn't just some rinky-dinky, minor sports media, sports website reporting something that nobody else is reporting, or just some internet rumor that's spreading on Facebook and nowhere else, right? This has been reported by mainstream media, sports media insiders. This is something that's been reported on ESPN of all places. Brian Windhorst even has opened, well, at least unlocked the door when it comes to this. LeBron James could have easily gone on social media by now and squashed this and said, look, there's no truth to me wanting to be out of LA. While I am expecting a team or desire to have a team that is competing for a title. At this time, I'm fully committed to the Lakers. But he could have came out with or Rich Paul could have came out with a further clarification statement at this point, but they haven't, at least to what I can understand. So that right there is leading me to believe that he does want out. And, or is leaning that way. And, my thing is this, man. At this point, I just don't know what to think about LeBron anymore, man. Like, he's a great player, obviously, right? He is, but this is the most selfish dude I have ever seen in my life, man. This is the most selfish guy I have ever. All he cares about is himself. Is himself. But this is what happens when you cater to a person from the time that they're in the 8th grade up until they're 40 years old. He's so used to being catered to being coddled to. He's grown indignant, used to getting his way, to the point where, you ever heard the expression, equality to those who are used to oppressing others feels like oppressing? Like, a guy like Luka, now being the focal point of the Lakers' future plans, a guy like LeBron James, who's supposed to be an ambassador to the game, right, and has had an unprecedented run as far as being the focal point of the NBA and being the focal point at an age where most players are role players, right? The fact that this dude is you would think other players would be like, you know what? Let me see what I can do to contribute to this team and help us be a better team. Because on paper, the Lakers should be a championship caliber team, right? You got Ayton. You got an emerging star in Austin Reeves, right? If he stays a Laker, I guess, for the whole next year. You got LeBron, Luka. If LeBron was an actual real team guy and was willing to do what the team needed and adjust to what the Lakers need, the Lakers would be so much better. But he wants to still be able to do what he does offensively, never wants to adjust to others, still wants the limelight, still wants to make max money, but somehow be a championship on a championship team. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So what I'm thinking is, what's going to happen is if the Lakers don't start out having, I'll put it like this: if the Lakers are not one of the top 4 teams in the West, and especially if they're not one of the top 5 teams in the West, right? Then expect more of this noise and expect more sulking. As I said before, Ayton is going to be the scapegoat if things don't go the way that Clutch and the media wanted to go, right? Then you're going to start seeing more stories about LeBron not happy. Even if LeBron's not playing well, he's not going to get no blame. It's going to be Ayton and maybe Rui or whoever, right? It's never. It's not. They're not going to blame the head coach because he's part of. You know what I'm saying? LeBron put him there, so he's not going to get no blame. And then, ultimately, what I think might happen is maybe they might package a trade deal, or they might do the buyout thing and have LeBron go sign wherever team he has the best chance at winning a title or something, man. At this point, man, you know how this thing goes at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sickening. It's real sickening. I just never seen a guy who he's just always supposed to be on a championship team, like by birthright. Like he's supposed to be on a championship team, and if he's not, then somehow it's an injustice to him. It's disgusting. It really truly is. I mean, I hate to keep making comparisons between this dude and Mike, but when Michael Jordan came back with the Wizards, we knew the Wizards were not going to be a championship team. We were realistic. The expectations were, and the most realistic goal was, okay, can this team make the playoffs? And I think had Jordan not got hurt the first year, they probably would have made the playoffs, right? But that was the goal, just to see if they can make the playoffs. With this guy, if the Lakers, despite him taking all the fucking money, which is seriously hamstringing the Lakers as far as getting any real, altering talent there for the next year, he's putting this expectation that the Lakers have to be a championship team, when in reality, the Lakers are not really going to be a championship team until he's fucking gone. Then the $53 million that he's getting paid then becomes available to put toward other packages so it can really start making a run in the Luka Doncic era. But he's holding this fucking team hostage. And it's so sickening, man. But anyway, I don't want to keep rambling on, man. Tell me what you guys think.